All right, in this video, we're going to go over a trade recap from yesterday on DWT. That's the one we end up trading today. And we're also going to go into another trade that we took today later on the day, a short on A and B in the 15-minute. Also, we're going to go over more details on the strategy and time frame on the stocks. So, some people are thinking that if you trade the 15-minute time frame, it must hold the stock for 15 minutes. Or if you buy in the 1 hour, you got to hold it for 1 hour and sell it 1 hour later. So just want to go over a little bit of details on how that works. Long-term short possibility on a weekly time frame on a stock, and then go over with one of our viewers made a trade today on a 4 hour, which looked very nice. So let's get right into it. Go to our trading view account, and we'll go right into DWT here. Now, DWT, we talked about on a 1 hour time frame yesterday. I remember these things, these prospects I put in here are not enter and exit prices to trade on. It's just giving you an idea of how the strategy works. You have to figure it out for yourself. All right. So we go DWT. We bought on a 15-minute this morning instead of the 1 hour. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go to our templates, go to our oscillators, close out your RSI, close out your CCI, and here we go. Right. So this is the candle we end up playing it on. The small candle here, small candle 763 to 769 was the range, which is beautiful. You have your stock RSI touching here. See my cursor and the dotted line right on that candle. Now remember, we don't have this data, so what we did was we put our horizontal line to buy it. You want to buy it just above the candle in the wick, and when the order gets filled, and what you did over here, it got filled, and we got over here at 789 in this candle here. Okay, starting getting top heavy here, blue line's touching, red's catching up to it. Now, see, the beautiful thing about this is that if this was heading lower, this order doesn't get filled here on this line, right? This order does not get filled on this line. If the next candle goes lower, then your buy doesn't get filled. Then you may want to look at buying the next candle because this thing's at zero, and that's kind of how the strategy works. All right. So we're going to get into the time frames and the cycle of time frames. All right. What does that mean? All right. Like for example, here we are on a 15-minute on this stock DWT, and the 15-minute cycle took us from 762 roughly to 794, 790, 792. Okay. So in that cycle, that's about 30-cent range. Okay, and it took from 10:30 this morning to around 1:30 this afternoon, so 4 hours. So 15 minutes, on the 15-minute time frame, it took 4 hours for that cycle to complete. Now we'll go to like a 6 hour. We'll see how long does it take for the 6 hour cycle to complete. All right. So you can see here, let's go right here right in this candle here, a small one. We didn't play this. This is for example. This is February 20th, and on the 6 hour, it took till February 26th, so 6 days on the 6 hour. So each one of these candles represents 6 hours. The stock market's only open 7.5 hours a day. So you only get one of these candles a day on this time frame. And also, there's more price to gain or loss on a higher time frame. So if you're busy, you don't have time, you may want to use the 4 hour or 1 day or 1 week on a stock and try a strategy on that. If you don't have time to look daily or check out the charts all the time. But here you can see on the previous chart was 30 cents on the gains. On this one, it's 782 to 873, so about $1 on the 6 hour. And you keep going higher, you'll see like on a weekly, right? It takes longer for the cycles to complete, and it's looking like you might want a buy here on a weekly, right? Yeah, looks pretty juicy. So you see here on a weekly, the cycle for this thing to let's just go from the top here, from this candle here, 18 bucks, all the way down to $8 roughly. So it's $10 move, but it also took from December 24th till current day. So 3 months on this one on the weekly. That's kind of how the cycles work. If you use a 5-minute, you can kind of look and see how much potential profit in a cycle, right? So here you have, here's the bottom, and March 12th, and that's at 10:20 this morning. That's today, and by 11, an hour later, the cycle is complete. But the gains are 762 to 778. So that's kind of how it works in a nutshell. All right, then we're going to go on to a trade that we went in today. AMB 15-minute short. We're still in it. Okay, so we'll go to our 15-minute chart. Right over here was a nice small candle, and we had a touch here. You see here, a nice touch, and we shorted on this candle right here. Okay, the range was 23.63 to 23.80, 17 cents. That's it. You know, we put a short, same strategy. Let me widen this up so everybody can see it, and put a short order just below this candle. When the order got filled, we put our stop loss just above it. So it's about an 18-cent gap there. It's here to here. Short got filled, 23.59, and we're sitting at 11-cent profit right now. And might be getting out in the morning. Just a little scalp trade. That's kind of how the strategy works. And then also, we're looking at a prospect for a longer-term short. It's called TEUM, and that's an energy company on a weekly chart. You can see here on the weekly's topping out here, and it touched here, right? If you would have played this candle, you would have got stopped out. It went higher, right? As you can see here on our stock RSI, when this blue line crosses into the red, it's called a bearish cross. Bearish means bad. It's coming down, and bullish cross. You can see here when the blue line crosses into the red, that's a bullish cross, meaning that's good potential for the stock to go up. All right, so here's a short that you can play. I'm looking at this and look at this week and next week. This is on a weekly time frame. You know, on the weekly time frame, this thing gives you some decent gains. Last cycle was from December 24th till current day. So 3-month hold, roughly 2 to 3 month hold, and it was $1.49 to $4.39. About $3 gain, pretty decent. You can see this right here, right? If you play this candle right here, this candle, if you bought this candle right here on this bottom, it would have been pretty nice. So on this short, what you would do is you would go, you know, we'll see how this candle develops here. And maybe this candle ends up being this size only. But for example, you want to short it just below it here. If your order gets filled on a short, you need to protect your money. Put your stop loss just above the candle. So a 50-cent range. You're in a weekly time frame. You know, so you're risking 50 cents for a potential of $3 to $4 gains. And then we're going to go to a stock that a viewer that's kind of new to trading found a nice stock today on a 4-hour. Kind of inspiring for me. I think it was a very nice trade. It's SWN. It's an energy company. SWN. Okay. All right. So we bought this on a 4-hour. And look at this candle here. Picked it almost perfectly. First green candle here. It's got RSI touching. And this is what he did. It's a beautiful trade. He's green. He's protected. You know, he got in at 425, I think he said, and he's got his stop loss at 415. The stock's sitting at 439 over here, and he moved his stop loss to even at 425. He cannot lose on this trade. You know, his stop loss was here. The next candle went higher, so he moved his stop loss from here, from 415, to his break even. That's what he paid for it. So now he can let this 4-hour cycle run here, and on the 4-hour cycle, looks like there's about 420 to about 480, 50 to 60 cent cycle. Right, so if you buy a few thousand shares times 50 cents, it's $1,000, $2,000, $500, and the cycle only takes, you know, it looks like here it takes from February 28th to March 4th, so roughly 4 to 6 trading days. You know, when I say days, there's only 5 trading days in a week. So when I say a week, that means doesn't mean 7 days. That means 5 days. So I say 4 weeks. And that's it, guys. If you guys like the video, subscribe, like, share, leave some comments down below. If you have any questions, put them down below. Be more than happy to answer them. And have a good evening.